Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. As of right now, I'm on my vacation, so I'm not around, and I've pre-recorded this video, or I'm doing it right now, and we're going to do something that I haven't done before, pretty much ever on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about my plans for the future. Now, this is something you get a lot from YouTubers. They tell you about what they want to do, what they're going to be doing, let you know about their schedule, their ideas and plans, etc. And I've always avoided doing this just because of things that I plan to do that don't turn out, I don't want to let anyone down. And so I guess an example of this could be, if you look back on some of the things that I've done, different projects that we've done like maps and the server and all sorts of things that go on in and around the channel, they just don't happen out of the blue. They actually happen with a lot of thought and planning most of the time. And I never really let you guys know too much about what's going on, but this time I decided to make a change. I've felt for a while like I want to let you guys know what's happening, because really big things are happening. I'm talking about like life-size changes here, so I kind of want to bring you in on what's happening, let you know about the changes you're going to physically see and things that you won't quite see, and etc, etc. And something just popped into my mind. I've got my notes on the other screen and I want to add something here. Yes, that's where that note will go. And let me just write that down. Yes, okay. So today's going to be very casual, and we're going to be doing a little work over here like we did in the live stream recently, and we're going to be finishing off this while I talk about a whole bunch of things. So the video plan, what is the video plan? Wherever we're heading on YouTube, I've always got a plan of what I want to do and where I want to go with my videos. So let's take a look at 2015 so far. When we were in December, I was doing lots of LPs, and I was getting quite worn out by doing so many of them, and I decided, hey, what's the plan for the next season, or for the next year? The plan is to go all vanilla, to kind of refine what I like about vanilla and continue making videos on it, and along with that, we would make more tutorial videos. So if you think about what you've seen from me so far in 2015, I have uploaded a heck of a lot of tutorials because I've been spending a lot of time on my Plot World server. That is wrong. That should not be like that. Yes, I've been spending a lot of time on the Plot World server, coming up with ideas and contraptions and stuff, and then making videos about them. And that was the plan, to kind of get back into doing tutorials and get back into vanilla after playing Mod Source. And I think it went down really, really well. And that was something that I wouldn't have told you about, I guess. I just would have got on and done it. So that was the plan I had so far for 2015. And now I feel like we're starting to turn a corner again. So my next plan is to focus on Hermitcraft and focus on my server as well. My server is getting very near to the stage where I'm going to start doing videos on it, live streams, and promoting it a lot more. The mini games are also back, so there's a whole bunch of things going on there, and I want to focus on that and bring some attention to it, etc., and get things going over there on that community. And I want to be a part of it as well. I want to dedicate more time to playing on there, which I can do through live streams and stuff, which is why we started to get into that. But the main plan, the overall objective, is to find a kind of build style that works for me and build a big base here on Hermitcraft. I love bases. I love those ones that are kind of organic, where someone's got a build style and they just kind of go with the flow. Now my problem is that I feel like with building, I need to know what it is I'm building from start to finish in order to get on here and do that. And actually the way that we need to move forward is to just have a kind of set of ideas in mind and then just follow the inspiration and expand on a base as we go along. Because when I did my base last time, I tried to build most of it before I would go in and actually build it, and that made things kind of difficult. So now I want to find myself a build style that I'm comfortable with and kind of live in that. So part of how we're going to achieve that will be through the Plot World server. There is a great community of people on there who love building, and being around them is very inspirational, and I can learn a lot from them as well. So I want to spend time on there developing my build style and then implementing it here on the server. So that's kind of a big part of the plan right there. And then that means that we'll stop doing all of these community builds and focusing on doing stuff in Hermit Hills and the usual places that we get up to our activities, and we'll actually kind of I guess go away a little bit from all the community aspect, which doesn't sound nice when you say it, but you know what I mean. And we'll go and focus on our own base and have fun over there for some time. So what one is that going to be? Orange, orange, orange. That would be a hardened clay. There we go. Looks a little bit odd, but I think it's working. I think we'll take out those blocks and then we'll fill in these ones like that. So that's going to be hardened clay? Yep. Okay, that works. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan for the future. You should see more Hermitcraft, and I'm trying to keep the videos going every other day and just focus on moving out and getting my own build style going. And I've got some ideas. What I'm looking at the moment is working with sandstone. I've been thinking, right, we need to find like a flexible group of blocks that I can build with that work for me and I can use over and over again. And I feel like sandstone is the one because it's very light. You can mix it with lots of other colours. And we're going to need some scaffolding here, by the way. And what it also has is it has slabs and stairs, regular blocks. It's got a colour variant in the orange sandstone, and also you've got the chiseled block variants as well, and the pillar blocks. So there's quite a lot of base blocks to begin with, and if you can match lots of materials with it, like birch and coloured wool and stuff like that, then you have a lot of flexibility for building, and that's something that I was looking for, a good palette of materials that we can get flexible with, and I feel like sandstone is the one that we want to work with. So I'm going to put you there, and then we're going to leave... not sure about that netherrack. So yeah, that's the plan anyway, just to get into building and to actually get a proper base going, and I want it to be big and epic and go all out. And you know what I'm like when I play this game, I do really like to try and take it to the limit, so to speak. Even though there is no limit. I don't know, maybe there is. It's probably a perceived limit, if anyone. Yes, so as well as that, there are other things going down on the channel. There's going to be a new series starting after the live stream, which is happening on May the 9th and 10th. If you haven't heard about that, hermitcraft.com/livestream. It's a big event that I've been organising. It's taken a lot of time and energy to get to work. And so after my vacation, I come back to that. And then once that's over and done with, I'm free from a lot of commitments. And it means I can focus on that. And this new series, which I think a lot of you are going to like. If you're a fan of vanilla Minecraft, and maybe like some of the modded stuff interests you, but not all of it, this might just be the season for you. And it's not a modded season. You'll see what it is. It's going to be a very interesting thing. It's going to be a Hermitcraft event, and I'm not going to say anything else about it because it's all hush-hush, top secret at the moment. And there's going to be some friends playing with us, and I'll shut up now. Spoilers, but there's something coming. Let's say that. Cool, so that's part of the plan as well. Also part of the plan is to lower the amount of tutorials. I have 3 things in the works to show you, and then that's going to be it. But I think I might continue with tutorials by showcasing things that the community make, because there's a lot of stuff on the plot world that deserves to be shared with the world, and I think I might shift my focus onto, with tutorials anyway, to what other people are doing. So you may see more tutorials in the future. But at the moment the plan is that there's only 3, and also I want to play more non-Minecraft games on my channel, and I know for some of you think that means that you want to move away from Minecraft. Absolutely not what I want to do at all. What I just want to do is play other games as well, because I like to play other games, and if I'm going to be a professional YouTuber and people are going to enjoy me doing that, then it makes sense to do it. So I want to look at getting into that as well. So we're almost done here, and we're going to move on to our next topic now. So I might just take a break here, finish this little bit off, and find something else to do. Alright, let's go and check this out, because it is now finished. This is going to look cool going all the way to the top here. And we're going to move on to something else, by the way. Got an activity in mind. Actually, it's not finished. We need to place down some more slabs around here, but we're going to move on anyway. And there it was. Kind of jumped past it a little too quick. You can see how it's all connected. It looks really cool. There's no gaps. I went around and checked everything, so it looks awesome, and I like it. I like the way it connects. But anyway, I thought that was a gap for a second. We're going to pop down here. Where is it? I've lost the little entrance. Here it is. Awesome. We're going to head over to the Nether farm and do some slabbing while we talk about the next few parts of like what's going on, the YouTube talk as I call it. And yeah, so this next thing is to do with Twitch. If you have probably noticed, I've been doing a lot of live streaming lately. Now we can get up there. Awesome. Let's continue on our way. And I really enjoy live streaming. I kind of avoided it for the longest time. It didn't really feel like it was my thing. Did the very rare and occasional stream. And then I streamed City Skylines, and it was really fun and enjoyable. And I've been streaming Factorio with Cube Hamster, and then all of a sudden, have we got like 3... There's another one over there. We've got 3 ghasts in this area all at once. Wow. And I'm on fire. Brilliant. Okay, let's make our way over here and then shoot this guy, because he's in our way, sort of. There we go. You're dead. Oh, no, I missed. What? Let's try again. There we go. We got him. Okay, so let's go on our way. So yeah, anyway, I kind of found my way into live streaming unintentionally. It just kind of clicked with me, and I kind of understood what the audience interaction was about. Now, another one? That's 4, and it spawned right next to me. There we go. Oh, and I'm on fire again. Damn it, that doesn't actually hurt your armor when you're on fire, which is cool, so it's just a little bit annoying. So yeah, I found my way into live streaming, and what I realised is that having the live chat audience is kind of like your comments section, except it's live. So that's obviously something that I really enjoyed, and I really got on into it. And then I got a partnership as well, and that was just amazing. Because once you got a partnership, you get access to loads of extra features, and it becomes a little bit more professional, and you could describe it as more of a job, etc. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to branch out to Twitch as well as YouTube, and then it meant I could take, like, you know, an hour and a half, let's say, here and there of my time where I'd be doing something off camera, like working here on the server, or perhaps even playing another game, and I could just turn that into a live stream and have fun with you guys. So it just seemed like a really good thing to do all around, so I decided to do just that, and it's become a part of the schedule. Now this is going to make a lot more sense when I get to the next part of what we're going to be talking about. But yeah, I've been building an audience on Twitch, and obviously if you don't know about this, if you're interested, description box, go to it, there's links. There's also a second channel that I've set up, if you haven't heard about that, xisumavoid, where we upload the live streams too. So after there's a live stream, I'll upload that to that channel, and then you can catch it if you miss the live stream. So we're going to pick up some slabs while we're over here. Hopefully we have some left. That better not be all of it. Okay, that's good. And wow, we are actually quite low. We'll take that much and craft them into slabs. So yeah, trying to build up a presence on Twitch, trying to build an audience over there and get into doing that on a regular basis. The plan for my schedule is to stream like 3 to 4 times a week, and to do that in the evenings over here British time. So after dinner I then, you know, sit down and do a little bit of streaming for an hour or two. And yeah, and I've been really enjoying it so far, and I kind of feel like it's something I want to do and want to continue with. So moving on to our next subject, we're actually going to find our way up to the top, because all of this is going to be very distracting if I try and talk about this topic, and find my way to where we need to do some slabbing as well. Well, it turns out that it wasn't very far away at all. We can start slabbing right here. So now we're making a difference to those spawn rates with every little click. A very tiny and incremental difference, but overall they add up. So anyway, if you don't know why I'm slabbing this, I'm not even going to explain. Just accept that I am putting down slabs in the nether. Yeah, so, right, this next thing is quite some big news. Something that I probably wouldn't have normally shared, but I feel like I kind of want to this time around. So I'm trying to move out. My current situation with where I live and recording videos from home isn't really that good. I've kind of realised over time that a lot of time goes into deleting footage and re-recording stuff because of background noise and interruptions, etc. And I wanted to move out for the longest time, but more so than ever, it just feels like it needs to happen. It's going to help with YouTube. It's obviously something you want to do in life, move out and move on, and I just want to get there, and it's just been a real struggle. But here's the thing, I've been working very hard here on YouTube and at my previous jobs as well, saving up money for the longest of times, and it's starting to look like I might actually be able to buy myself a place to live, which is, I mean, given the state of just how things are in our country and what it is for someone like me, a sort of youngerish but not quite young anymore, I don't know, but for my age bracket things have been pretty awful in terms of jobs and security for life, etc. And so I really didn't see myself like getting a house anytime soon, even though I've been saving up for years and years. But it looks like I might actually be able to do that now. I've been crunching the numbers. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a risk. But here's the thing I've been thinking, is that if I have my own place, it's going to improve the quality of the videos so substantially that it just feels like it would give it all a boost again. You know, I wouldn't have to delete stuff, I wouldn't have constant interruptions and no like restrictions on when I can record, etc. And it means I could do so much more, and my time would be so much more efficient. I'd be happier. You know, everything just seems so positive about it that it just feels like it's the right thing to do. So I really want to move out. And with this I want to become more professional, you know, working from home in an environment that I can build a proper studio in, because if I were to build like a studio here, it just wouldn't feel right, because I'd still be you know, suffering from all the sort of environmental noise, so to speak. But Yeah, there's just a lot of interruptions and stuff that would go away, and it means I could treat it more professionally, and it would make sense to do so. So it's something that I really want to do at the moment, and that's kind of my goal. That's kind of why I'm branching out to Twitch a little bit as well, to generate some extra revenue that's going to go towards this big change. And that's my plan, like to move out, and it's kind of crazy. It's going to be a huge risk. But as well as that, it also means there's a few other things I can do. For example, for the longest time, I have had requests to do a setup video, a tour video of like where I live, etc. And I can't really do that because it doesn't feel right with it not being, you know, my house or exclusively my decision because other people live here, etc. But if it was my own place, then it would just be my choice, and it'd be something I'd be happy to do actually, a little tour of where I live and where I record, etc. And so that's another thing that I can do if I move out, you know, just... there's all sorts of things, but that was one of them that I thought was relevant to you guys perhaps. That's it, despawn, go away, leave us alone. Yeah, so this last part is going to tie into why I'm doing this. Well, it's going to make sense why I'm doing this, because obviously you know about the house now. But I am now going to start accepting donations again. Now, when I first started doing this full time, I stopped accepting donations. I did have a little donation meter. People used to donate a long time ago on the first Hermitcraft world. I had a little area set up where I would dedicate signs to people who donated. And back then it was about, you know, I want to go full time, and donations are going to help. They're going to give you a little bit of security. You can buy equipment, etc. for recording. I'm now wondering if that was the same Ghast and he went out of render distance or something. But then there became a point where I got to that goal. I became a full-time YouTuber, and I went, right, we're not going to accept donations now because it didn't kind of feel ethically right to me. Now, one of the reasons that I feel so strongly against donations, or at least me accepting them, is because I have seen who donates to other people. I've watched other people's live streams and things like that, and I see names pop up which are people who play on my community and in my network, and I know, like, how old they are and like what their situation is because I have talked to a fair few of them, and it makes me realize that I don't kind of feel quite the same about donating money to content creators with young people, because times are tough, you know. There's not a lot of security for young people in terms of jobs. Things are changing, and they're not changing for the better sometimes, it feels like. And I just worry that people are, you know, handing out their money because it's something they've seen done and they haven't really learned the value of it yet, and maybe the money would be better spent on themselves, etc. So for me personally, I don't feel so great about it. So I don't want to accept donations from young people. I'm going to have like an age limit on there, like if you're 18 or above, you can donate, and if you're younger, like I'd much rather that you hold on to your money, because you never know what's going to happen. Until you've got like a proper job and security, etc., then I just feel like there's something wrong about it. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, I've decided to now accept donations, and like I said, from people 18 or above, because I've had so many requests for it. It's quite crazy how many people want to actually like give you money for doing this, even though you already get paid for it. And I guess maybe that's partly because they're kind of watching it for free. You know, people are used to paying for stuff, and then all of a sudden you're watching for something for free, and maybe it doesn't feel right. But anyway, I'm sort of cool with it now. One of the reasons why is because I need to buy a house, and that's going to be a risk whatever I do. I mean, I'm looking at it as positive as I can because things are going so well at the moment, but that will be the kind of thing that contributes to it. Now, I'm not asking for like money to move out. Like, I'm doing that. I'm not going to factor in donations or anything like that into my finances. I'm doing this like out of my current like income and security and savings, etc. And what the money from donations will go towards is upgrading equipment. I have been thinking about all the things that I wanted to do for a while that would be really worthwhile once moving out, because at the moment it doesn't seem right to spend so much money on microphones and equipment, etc., when they don't do anything for me. For example, I spent £200 a couple of years back on I've got it right here, a boom arm and a podcaster mic, and it sounds absolutely awful because it picks up all the noise in the house, and it's just like background noise galore, and it degraded the sound quality. But when I get my own place, things like that are all of a sudden going to become worthwhile. And I've been thinking about other equipment I could get. For example, I want to get some visual equalizers for like my input, my microphone and my output, so whenever I'm recording or streaming I can see what audio is going through the computer, so I won't have to do sound checks or set up things like that. I also want to get a mixer so I can have separate audio sources. That means I can listen to music while I play, and then if ever I need to record, that audio isn't going to be heard in the recording, which would be really good for me because I love to listen to a lot of music. So that's going to like just help the whole situation, and yeah, I think I've kind of explained most of that. So yeah, I've also had a load of requests for a Patreon. I don't think I'm going to do that. I've always seen the Patreon to me as a way of helping someone get to being a full-time YouTuber, because I've seen that happen for a few people and I think it's great for that. But I feel for someone who's already a full-timer, the Patreon system just at the moment doesn't seem like the right thing for me. So I'm not going to do a Patreon, but I am going to accept donations from now on, and if you want to donate, there'll be a link down there in the description box if that's what you feel like doing. And it'll also be in the streams as well eventually. Still figuring out how to do everything on live streams, and yeah, and you can follow me on Twitch. That's another way to support me. If you subscribe over there, that's like $5.99 a month. There's also the no ads thing, which I tried here on YouTube, and that went down really bad, considering that it was entirely optional, didn't affect anything in the slightest. The negative criticism I got on that video was horrendous. I couldn't believe it. Tried to do something good. It felt like it was the right way to generate more revenue. Obviously now you know why I've been trying to do that, because I didn't take anything at all away from my channel, and all I did was give you a completely optional way to remove ads, and I got kind of flamed for it, which is a little unusual, but I don't know. So yeah, there's that, and also there's my server as well. If you donate to my server, that money actually doesn't go to me, it just goes to paying the bills. But that's another place where if you want to support what we do in the community, then be sure to check out the server, play.xisumavoid.com, and if you donate over there, like I said, it helps pay the server bills, which currently I pay out of my own pocket, which I have no problem with doing because I love the community and I love developing it with the guys, but that does help as well, so that's another way to help support what we're doing. So I think I've covered just about everything I wanted to say, and it's been a right old little ramble. We've also got a fair bit of slabbing here done as well. I'm hoping this is going to help make a difference, but we'll probably need to do a lot more in the long run, and this will be something that we'll do on the live streams. Some more slabbing here in the Nether so we can chat and hang out with one another and make some progress here on the Wither farm. Yeah. Well, we have successfully made it back to the Nether Hub. We only did a little bit of slabbing over there, but it made a difference, and I feel really great now, actually. I want to say thank you for all of you to listening. That felt really good to get all of that off my chest. I was not expecting that. As soon as I stopped recording there, I was like, wow, that's like a huge relief, because that's just been a lot of stress on my mind, you know, buying a place, looking for a place. Very stressful, but also exciting as well, you know, lots of adventures ahead, but lots to deal with. And by the way, my search for a house at the moment is not going very well at all. It's tough to find somewhere in your price range, etc. But fingers crossed, and I feel like keeping you guys in the loop. So let me know if you want to hear more about it in the future, because I feel like that was really good to get off my chest. And maybe I should actually take a different approach here and keep you guys more in the loop on what's happening, you know, behind the scenes, so to speak. But that is going to be it for this episode. All the things that we talked about, all those links, donations, etc. If you're one of those people that's been requesting it, description box as always, there's links down there for you to check out. Come over and follow me on Twitch, going to be live streaming more often. Also follow the second channel, going to be uploading the live streams over there if you want more content. But that's it from me this episode. Of course, I am on vacation. Feel free to leave me a comment though. I'll be reading those when I get back, of course, or maybe when I'm on vacation if I can get Wi-Fi. Who knows? Who knows? But that's going to be it. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. Thanks for watching this video. I have a second channel where you can find additional videos of my Twitch live streams. If you're interested in watching one of my live streams, then come over to Twitch and hit that follow button to be notified of when I go live. And if you're not subscribed over here on YouTube, then feel free to subscribe for more content like this. I also have a creative plot world server, play.xisumavoid.com, where you can build on your own plot and join in the fun with our wonderful community. And if you like social media, then you can interact with me on Twitter at xisumavoid.com. Links to all the relevant things can be found in the description box below.